I'm Fred Kalil, and welcome to the very first episode of Kalils Keto Fix. Today I'm going to start it off with a bang. I'm making chicken Alfredo with zucchini noodles, or as the cool kids call them, zoodles. So without further ado, the first episode of Kalils Keto Fix. So what ingredients am I going to need for this delicious dish? Well, that's the good news. Not that many. You'll need unsalted butter. You'll need about a half a cup of grated parmesan cheese. You need a half a pound of white mushrooms. You need about 6 cloves of garlic. You need about a cup of heavy whipping cream. You need about 4 medium zucchini that we are going to turn into noodles. You need a pound of chicken and a sense of adventure. Well, the first thing you want to do after washing your hands, of course, is to wash your fresh produce, mushrooms, zucchini. And then what we're going to do first is make our zucchini noodles. And what you want to do, take your knife, and you want to cut off the ends of your zucchini like this. Now, when making zucchini noodles, you could do it one of 2 ways. One, you can use a spiralizer, which I will show you today, or you can just go buy them in the frozen vegetable section. I think I saw that in the frozen vegetable aisle the other day. So I'm going to show you how a spiralizer works. Now it's very simple on how to use a spiralizer. After you have your ends cut off, you simply put the zucchini in the spiralizer, and the spikes, do not get your fingers anywhere near the blade because it will cut you. You hold on to this handle and you just simply spin. And as you can see, those noodles are coming out nicely. But if you don't have one of these, and you don't feel like buying one, like I said, you could always just go to the store and buy the frozen ones. Moving on. Once your zucchini noodles are prepared, we're going to move on to our mushrooms, which is, pretty simple to do. I learned from the Viking cooking school that you want to take the stems out of the mushrooms before you work with them. I don't know why, because I'm not a chef, but it's just kind of what they said. Anyways, so after we do that, we want to quarter our mushrooms. And as you can see, I'm keeping my fingers tucked in, so I'm not cutting myself, and we're not having fingers in our chicken Alfredo. And some people like to slice their mushrooms. I don't particularly like that because I feel like it gets lost in the sauce. So I like to quarter them so there's that presence of that mushroom there, because we love mushrooms at our house. Okay, moving on. This is what we're doing now. We did the zucchinis, we did the mushrooms. Now I'm going on to chicken. And what you want to do with that chicken is you just want to cut little fillets out of it. Little fillet pieces, one after the other, just like that. About, a 1/4 inch thick, something like that. I mean, that's the best thickness, I feel like, because you want that stuff to cook too. All right, once you get all your stuff measured out and prepped, you want to get a skillet on the burner and 1 tablespoon of the 5 tablespoons in that skillet to just kind of coat that bottom. And while that is melting, you want to take your salt and your pepper, and you really want to season both sides of those chicken fillets, we'll call them, that you cut out. A little salt, a little pepper, a little more salt. Once you get your butter melted, you want to take your chicken tenderloins or fillets, and you want to put them in your pan, and you want to brown them. On each side, 2 to 3 minutes until they're cooked throughout. We're going to let that do its thing. And while that's doing this thing, we're gonna make sure that we have all of our measurements. We got our Parmesan cheese measured out, half a cup. We have our heavy cream measured out, 1 cup. We have our minced garlic. I like to buy minced garlic. You can always press it and mince it and all that stuff yourself, but come on, it's just easier just to get this. And then I have all my mushrooms. So, and my 4 tablespoons of remaining butter. So what we're gonna do is kind of give this a little turn there. Get all these pieces. Yeah. There we go. That's looking good. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. After your chicken's been in the skillet 2 to 3 minutes per side, you can go ahead and take them off and transfer them to a plate and set them aside because we will be coming back to them later. After you have your chicken on a plate, you take your remaining 4 tablespoons of butter and just kind of let that melt off in the pan, and your garlic. Now, when you put your garlic in, you really only want to do it for about 15 to 25 seconds just to get that fragrance in there, you know. And then once we get that done, it's all just kind of home stretch from this point on. Super easy. Super easy. Oh, a fun fact while we're waiting on this is one thing that someone taught me when I was cooking was clean as you go. So when you get done with that cutting board, put it in the sink. Done with that knife, go put it in the sink. You know, just that way you keep your station clean and, you know, you're not just cluttered. You know, so that's a great thing to kind of keep in mind when you're doing this. All right, looks like the butter's almost melted. Let's add that garlic. Oh yeah. Like I said, only about 15, 20 seconds just to get that fragrance. That's smelling, huh?
Smells lovely.
It doesn't it? Yeah. All right, so after that, we want to add our mushrooms. And get them all in there, kind of give them a good toss to get them nice and coated. Now, one thing you need to remember about mushrooms is that they absorb liquid. You know, so whether it be butter or melted butter or oil or anything like that, you're going to kind of see that disappear when you first put your mushrooms in there. And it's okay, because it will come back. You just, you know, you gotta let it do its thing, you know? So, and get those in there. And we're looking at about 3 minutes just until they kind of soften up, you know, with your garlic and, you know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Hey, Mom. Hey.
Hello.
My mom's here. She's so proud. So after about 2 or 3 minutes, those beautiful looking mushrooms, I mean, come on, that looks great. After we get our mushrooms done in there and they are done, we're gonna add our cream. Heavy whipping cream. Give that a good stir there. Oh yeah. And we're going to bring that to a simmer. But while we're doing that, we're going to add a little salt, well, a little pepper, and a little salt. Just kind of to taste. Everybody's different. Okay, now that your cream has come to a simmer in there, what we're going to do is add our Parmesan cheese. Whoops, no big deal though. I'm pulling a Julia Child here and saying, no one to see. All right, we're gonna get that stirred in there, get that melted, and voila, Alfredo sauce. It's amazing, right? I know it is. We have our sauce made. What we're gonna wanna do is get our zucchini noodles, and we're gonna gently fold our zucchini noodles into our homemade Alfredo sauce because we're awesome. And this is the easy part, actually. Just kind of get them in there. Oh yeah. And we're just gonna take tongs, whatever, just kind of fold it in there. Get a nice coating on those noodles. And you just keep adding. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Sometimes you get these really long noodles. I mean, ridiculously long noodles. You know, we just kind of cut them or tear them, whatever you want. Because even Lady and the Tramp would have trouble with that. Now, once you get all your zucchini noodles folded into your sauce, then that's it. You know, all you have to do now to serve is get a bowl, put your zucchini noodles in there, and get your chicken. If you have really big pieces, you can cut it, but for the sake of this, you know, you're just gonna kind of put a couple pieces in there. And garnish with black pepper. And if you have any extra Parmesan cheese, that could go good too. And there you have it. And just like that, you have chicken Alfredo with zucchini noodles. Yeah, it's that simple. You can sit down with a loved one and enjoy this nice, hot, delicious meal. All you need to do now is have a light dessert. This is sugar-free, right? What's up, guys? Thank y'all so much for watching this episode of Kalils Keto Fix. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and please be sure to like, share, subscribe, come over for dinner, whatever you want. But please, let's try to get the word out there because I enjoy this so much. And I often have to say that this episode was sponsored by Mealime. Thank you guys. I get so many of my recipes from you guys, and it's an awesome app. Y'all should check it out. So be on the lookout next week for a new episode of Kalils Keto Fix, and I'll see y'all then.